Hi there everyone, it's Matthew Sharp here. Thanks for tuning back into day 2 of the Hans Gaal Concertino diaries. Tonight you are in my children's playroom, which looks a little bit like this. I was listening to Esa-Pekka Salonen on the radio this afternoon, talking about the last movement of Bruckner 7 and how it reminded him less of oceans of sound, alpine settings, great cathedrals and grand architecture, more of his children's playroom, which after a long day's playing looks, I imagine, a little bit like this, which is as it should be. And that got me thinking about Hans Gaal, not because Hans Gaal is untidy, but because he's a fellow Austrian composer, and because this first movement, as I'm getting to know it after a day, seems to be brimming with extraordinary flavours. It seems to be unsettled music. In the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of the cello part, here it is, it moves from molto moderato improvvisando through a poco accelerando to a rallentando to, at figure 1, quasi allegro, which lasts for something like 30 bars before finally arriving at an a tempo largamente, which is a recurring tempo for the movement. The piece ends in a lento tempo. It also ends in a reluctant or ambivalent or hard-fought G major, having started in a very unsettled and edgy G minor. I don't know if you remember the tune from yesterday. I'll do the end of it. It goes something like this. Which delivers us up to this in the orchestral cello part. See what I mean? Unsettled, edgy, majory, minory, full of equivocation, you might say. Over that is a counter melody in the viola part. My viola clef reading is terrible. So that goes something like this. That combines that counter melody with the tune that opens the whole movement that the cello has in its opening cadenza in the first violins. It's a tune that recurs throughout the movement, and it's interesting, this B flat, C sharp, E natural cell of notes is also full of equivocation. Which key are we in? And it's something that he exploits at the end of the movement. I'm just discovering. We're in, all of a sudden, in the last paragraph of the music, we are in G major. So think of anything you might think of in G major, etc. Think of all those lovely things in G major, and this is what he writes, which is a kind of fugue figuration from earlier on in the movement. Remember this? That's what we're in. Happy to be in G major? I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, those are my discoveries for today. The browsing and the roughing out, thanks Dad, continues. Tune in tomorrow for day 3. One thing I will add is that Hans Gaal was a cellist, and I can really feel that as I start to get to grips with these notes. Not because they're especially difficult, but mainly because I've been on holiday for 2 weeks and my fingers feel like soggy vegetables, but nonetheless I seem to be able to manage to find my way around this cello music, which tells me that he knew what he was doing for the instrument. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Look forward to sharing episode 3 with you all. Thanks very much. Bye.